Hey, this is Max with Guitar Center. We're here at Winter NAMM 2025, and we are here with Andy Powers, CEO, master builder, guitar designer, all the things at Taylor Guitars. Andy, how you doing, Andy?
Quite well. It's a beautiful day here. It's a privilege to be here at the Winter NAMM show.
We're looking at some new guitars here, Studio Series, yeah?
Yes, this is a new 414 Studio Series. Right next to you got a 314 Studio Series. These are exciting instruments for us to introduce here at the show because they represent a huge value in a solid wood guitar for a player who's, well, they're looking for the most guitar for what their dollar can get.
When you are putting together an instrument that is designed to be, very approachable, not intimidating, and attainable, maybe you aren't going to put a ton of money into a guitar. What are the key things you're looking for that's like, it's got to have?
I like to focus on the things that are player-centric first. It's got to play good. It's got to sound good. It's got to be balanced. It's got to serve that musician well. And so with a guitar like this, you're seeing solid tonewoods. In this case, East Indian rosewood on the back and sides. You've got solid spruce top. It's a beautiful guitar, but some of the cosmetic trimmings, okay, well, those have been pared back a little bit. It's not the most Spartan instrument, but it certainly is delivering a high musical value, high utility to the player.
So a great bedroom guitar, a great recording guitar, green room guitar.
I mean, I will admit that I've played at a few clubs that I would not want to take a really expensive instrument into. At the same time, I'm looking for the guitar that serves the musical need well. So I want something I can depend on, that's going to sound great, it's going to perform great, it's going to feel great. And at the same time that I'm not going to be paranoid about, dropping or something like that.
This is ES2 electronics in there as well, or?
I mean, this is a full-fledged Taylor guitar where you have classic Taylor neck joint. You've got their Expression System 2 electronic system in it, all solid woods, V-class internal architecture. Every way that you could look at it, materially or design, it's a great functioning instrument.
I remember talking with Bob a few months ago. One of the key, almost guiding and founding principles of Taylor guitars has always been playability. I remember he said, look, you can argue about tone, you can argue about sound, whatever you want to call it, till 3 a.m, and everyone's going to have an opinion. But playability is really hard to argue about.
It is. It really is. I mean, if the guitar doesn't play well, I'm not going to play it. I don't care what it sounds like because it's going to sit there right on the stand or hang on the wall. Like, might be nice to look at, but if I can't enjoy playing it or if I can't play it in tune, it's not well balanced, it's not musically useful to me. And so this was an exciting opportunity to build a guitar where it focused heavily on the essentials of the playing experience. The reality is not every musician can reach deep and have the most lavish, the most scarce materials, the most, kind of exorbitant trimmings. And yet I want their musical experience to be wonderful. Right? So you want that guitar that's going to serve their needs, that's going to inspire them, that's going to return back and be a companion for the music and the creativity that they want to put into it.
You walk into a Guitar Center, you see a guitar like this hanging on the wall, and what do you do to put it through its paces to see, does it pass the test for you? Mindful of not playing any copyrighted material. Do you have any specific riffs or chords or even just things you try to do to put a guitar through its paces?
Well, I could think of a lot of classic rock tunes that you're probably going to hear in most Guitar Centers on a Saturday morning. And I will admit that I love all those songs. But no, there's not one specific thing that I'll do with an instrument. I appreciate a lot of different styles of music and a lot of different kinds of instrument. And to me, an instrument will suggest how it wants to be played, the kinds of sounds that it wants to make. And that leads me as a player into a different direction with it. Like if I played a really cool solid body electric guitar, I'm going to lean into that a different direction than if I pick up, say, this instrument. I go, well, this needs a different kind of touch. Okay, this guitar with a Grand Auditorium body and a Venetian cutaway, go, well, I can play high notes quite easily. I like that. They sound good. They're well balanced. I'll probably use those notes. And so I like to let the instrument suggest how I should approach it as a player.
So for someone that might be new to Taylor guitars, we've got a 414, we've got a 314. Outside of, judging something maybe on aesthetics or otherwise, what are the key differences they're going to notice between these two models?
Between these two, it's really a choice of woods. So the cosmetic package is very similar between the guitars. Both have a spruce top. This one has solid East Indian rosewood on the back and sides. That one has sapele on the back and sides, which is a more mahogany-like wood, little more clarity, a little airier sounding. This is going to have a classic rosewood forward kind of influence in the tone. So it'll have a very bell-like low-end response, as well as a real crystalline and kind of harmonic rich high-end component to it.
Okay, so we've done a lot of talking about this guitar in particular. Can you give us a little playing for it? Andy, that sounds fantastic. What's availability looking like on these models?
So we've been working on them for the last several months to kind of build up a little bit of an inventory. So you should be seeing these come into your shops pretty quick here.
Andy, thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about the new Taylor Studio Collection guitars, head to guitarcenter.com. And if you want to keep up on all the latest new from NAMM, stay tuned to GC's YouTube channel.